The setting sun casts Morlock Hill in a bloody hue. Soldiers hide among the wizened bushes, waiting with bated breath. Their leader, armor glinting in the fading light, points up at the hill's peak. Upon that ragged summit, a rift shimmers with foul radiance. Unworldly creatures spill forth from the portal like maggots from a rotting wound. The leader signals to their soldiers to hold for several taut seconds. Morlock Hill is eerily quiet. Their leader shatters that silence with a barked order that sends the soldiers charging up the hill. Their swords cleave through monster after monster, felling the first wave in mere moments. At the fore, armor splattered with gore and viscera, the leader catches their breath. It is the briefest of respite. Through the seething masses of monstrosity comes a sight that sets the leader's heart hammering. A cluster of towering fiends thunder forwards, crushing lesser creatures under hoof. Their battle axes burn with sigils, and fire flares in their nostrils. The closest fiend shrieks with a manic glee and swings its axe at the leader. The warrior rolls to one side and then the other, escaping the bisecting blows by a hair's breadth. Yet, before they can find their feet, the beast has wrenched their weapon from the ground and whipped it upwards, catching the leader's helm with the tip of its blade. The helm goes flying, unleashing a cascade of golden locks. Dorinthea spits blood and braces herself for the next attack. The creature barges forward, but this time Dorinthea slides low. Passing beneath the axe's arc, she leaps to her feet, and as the fiend turns to face her, she sweeps her dawnblade through its thick-eyed neck. The horned head thuds into the dirt, souring the earth with its very blood. Her victory is fleeting. Dorinthea spins to meet her next foe, and the blood drains from her face at the sight of 3 looming, large demons, bigger again than any fiend she has yet felled this day. Hope falters, guttering like a candle in the wind. Solana plunged into shadow by the endless hordes brought forth by the demonastery. Fardreas was the first village to be consumed, then Sunvale, then Ordera, and Hazeltown. Solana's farmlands and crops burnt to a crisp ash, animals slaughtered. So far, Sir Bolton and his vanguard have held the walls of the city itself, but not without dire losses. Unlike the demonastery's soulless army, Solana's people are not expendable. Every soldier, farmer, scholar, and child killed is a name remembered, a family broken and burdened. Screams pierce Dorinthea's ears as creatures rend and devour her soldiers. She raises Dawnblade. Though her heart pounds with terror, her sword hands are steady. Though death looms over her, she will meet it with metal. As the first giant raises its sword, something flashes between them. Weapons crash to the ground, still clutched by dismembered claws.
I cannot leave you alone for one moment, can I?
Minerva's scarlet hair flows over her shoulders. Brighter than the demon's blood she flicks from her twin blades. Her expression is grim and determined, weathered by violent experience. A smile cracks through the drying blood on Dorinthea's face.
What kept you?
Together, they rush at the fiends. Minerva goes low, aiming for knees. Dorinthea strikes high, Dawnblade slicing through muscle like a knife through sun-softened butter. The giants topple to the ground, dead before their hulking carcasses hit the dirt. The pair blaze on through the horde, cutting a path, rallying their surviving soldiers. Dorinthea leads the onslaught, hope rekindled by the flame-haired warrior at her side. They advance with intent, to clear the battlefield, to capture the rift, to reach the demonastery and destroy its illicit power, or die in the attempt. Solana's shrewdest scholars pored over the tomes and devices. Its keenest scouts scoured the shadows, until at last they found the source of the demonastery's abyssal army. The Vietate Gateway, the last of 9 portals linking Wraith to Ethereal. During the Third Age, the ancients believed they had destroyed the gateways, forever banishing the realm of dreams. Hidden behind a veil of lies and illusions by an envoy of Ethereal, the 9 portals remained intact and sealed. There it remained, closed and forgotten for thousands of years, until now. Able to slip through the fabric of space, the monastery carries the Vitate Gateway with it, using rifts to disgorge their hordes wherever they please. Yet, these rifts flow both ways, and with most of the monastery's legions focused on the breakpoint near Solana, other rifts lie neglected, guarded lightly by unwitting demons. What better defense than a courageous offense upon the enemy's own doorstep? The last horned head thumps into a blood-drenched earth. The hill is theirs, but for how long?
We need to fall back. More will come, and we cannot afford to lose anyone else.
Dorinthea doesn't reply, instead fixing on Minerva with a steely gaze that brooks no argument. Minerva levels her sword at the rift.
Look!
She pleads, as the next wave of horrors spills out.
We need to regroup with Bolton's vanguard. Defend our people upon the walls of Solana. We may never get another chance. We must push on. Your stubbornness will get us killed.
Minerva's eyes belie her frustration, for they shine with pride.
Fine. What's your plan? Form up.
Dorinthea orders her soldiers.
Flying wedge.
With Minerva at her side, her brave few at her back, Dorinthea pierces the mustering horde with her V formation. Blades flash, blood spills, demons howl, and die. Until the soldiers of Solana stand before the rift. A swirling chaos of dark energy and darker intent greets them from within. From that maelstrom steps of a hooded figure, his skin ashen, his smile cruel. He brandishes his grimoire and draws grotesque symbols in the air with a skeletal hand. His voice is a graveyard of whisper, his words ancient and forbidden. Solanian souls recoil as dismembered demons reform and rise anew. Bones crack back into place, grievous wounds are sewn closed by an unseen hand. An army is remade before their horrified eyes. Dorinthea charges forward, but before she can take but a few steps, the ground sprouts a forest of rotted arms that wrap around her legs, fixing her in place. Dawnblade is wrenched from her grasp and cast aside. While as she struggles to free herself, teeth and tentacles tear her allies apart. Even Minerva struggles against the withering mass. The hooded one bears down on Dorinthea, his gait a stiff and twitching union of magic and rigor mortis. His smiling mouth creaks open to speak his words of doom. Yet, the only utterance is a rasp of surprise. As he swirls, Dorinthea can see Minerva's blade buried hilt deep in his back. Minerva twists her remaining sword, her will steeled against the many wounds that she had suffered. With a growl, the figure wrenches the sword from his back and gestures for his creatures to keep their distance. His mouth opens, jaws cracking wider than living flesh could allow, and from that gaping maw pours a cloud of ephemeral corruption. Tendrils form, reaching and jabbing at the gaps in Minerva's armor. She carves through them with her swords, slicing her way closer, maneuvering for a killing blow. As she draws within striking distance, the hooded one's chest ruptures open. His ribs part and grow, extending out to trap the assailing warrior. Minerva doesn't struggle. Her escape is futile. Instead, she casts one last look at Dorinthea. There, no fear, no pain. Only acceptance lies in her eyes. The hooded one laughs, a sound like shattering bone, and tosses Minerva's corpse into the inky rift. Dorinthea's sorrow burns, her thoughts rendered from her mind by white-hot fury. There's a flash like a lightning strike, and her carnivorous restraints melt away. Her foes cower as she looks upon them, eyes now crackling and bright, hair shimmering with holy radiance. She reaches out with her sword hand and summons Dawnblade to her grasp. The hooded one reels from her splendor, croaking desperately for his creatures to attack. They obey, only to be destroyed by Dorinthea's incandescent rage. Bolts of foul energy leap from the hooded one's hands, only to shadow harmlessly against Dorinthea's blade-hold armor. His reaching ribs snap like dry twigs beneath Dawnblade's blurring strikes. With nothing left standing between her and her quarry, Dorinthea roars as she thrusts her sword through the Hooded One's silent heart. Dorinthea turns to the rift, bracing herself to enter. A guttural wrenching at her feet stops her. Corruption shrouds the body of the Hooded One as it coughs the morbidity from its fetid lungs. With a rictus grin, it twitches and jerks across the torn earth and into the portal. The Vitate Gateway shuts like a giant eye. Then it is gone. Dorinthea stands alone on Morlock Hill, her body drenched in blood, her soul wretched with loss. Minerva, her soldiers. As the light departs, the weight of reality settles upon her weary shoulders. She is radiant no more. She is defeated. In that scorched woods, there lies a small encampment. Beyond that once golden wheat field now blackened and bare, green meadow churned to mud and littered with bloated carcasses. In the distance, plumes of smoke climbed the sky from their battered city. Dorinthea and Bolton surveyed the dismal scene. Proud Solana has been brought to its knees. Our flanks are safe for now, rifts closed, though the monastery is putting everything into its main hoard. Dorinthea doesn't answer Bolton. Her words are scarred and trampled as the fields before her. It is hard to see the light of Solana in these dark days. One of Blasphemous' followers. She ate most of my vanguard. We do not have the strength to withstand another onslaught. When she finally speaks, her voice is quiet, like a dagger to the gut.
We have to stop them.
We will, but not on our own. The Grand Magister has set envoys to the far corners of Wraith. We need allies.
They will not help the helpless.
We may have been beaten, but we are far from helpless.
Then we muster what strength remains to us. If we wish the kingdoms of old to rise, we must show that we are worthy.
Dorinthea brushes back her silver hair and stands.
We shall be the rallying cry for all of Wraith, for only together can we survive.